Hey, hi. I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. It's time for another reading. So I have the Wonderland Tarot, and then I have the Bicycle Prestige deck. Let's go ahead and find out what's going on for the collective. I hope everybody's doing okay, happy, healthy, and safe. Let's get started with the general energy card. General energy for today's reading is the Knight of Peppermills. So this is the Knight of Wands. This is telling me that someone's playing games. Someone's playing around, messing with someone's head, playing games, not attending to the task at hand, whatever it could be. But somebody here just wants to fool around blindly because look at this guy. He's got his little helmet on. He can't even see. So we could be dealing with people who don't know how to do their jobs properly, faking it till they make it type of energy. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Faking it to make it, right? Not really knowing how to do what they're supposed to do. Got a lot of that going on. In the reverse, this is somebody who's like, I'm not playing your games. I can see what you're trying to do, and I'm not with it. So we have two types of energies here. Somebody likes to play games and somebody who's not with it, right? They don't play games. They don't play around. So let's go ahead and get 5 cards to start out. 5 cards to start out, please. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Hope everything is going okay with you. If you are new here, I wish you the same. I do suggest getting yourself a deck of tarot cards. Maybe you can take your mind off of whatever brought you here to tarot, right? Might as well figure out what these cards mean, right? So you can be in line with your reader. I like to teach along the way. But if that's not your thing, there's plenty of things you can do. You can go out on a hike, go to the beach, go to the park, walk your dogs. Get out into nature. Nature is a wonderful healer. And if you like the way I read, you can subscribe, like, comment, and share if you want. Either way, I will still be here tomorrow. Okay, so let's get the final 2 cards out here. There's one. That's a surprise. We don't know what it is yet. Let's get 2 more cards, please. There's 2. And there is 3. This one is in reverse. Okay, let's see what this surprise is. Ooh, the Fool. Nice. We also have the Strength card. So we have several major arcanas right here already. We have Leo, we have Aries, and we have Gemini. The Strength card represents strength, right? Possibly that person who does not want to play games, right? You got to be pretty strong to know that you're not playing around, right? So you could be dealing with people who like to play games, fooling around, not doing their job, whatever, something like that, not contributing to the relationship, things like that. You could be serious about your relationship and whoever you're with is just not so serious. They're just not into you, right? That's how we would explain that, right? If they're not pulling their weight, they're just not into you and they're playing games, playing with your head. If you're dealing with a job situation, someone here is trying to fake it to make it. They don't know how to do their job right. How did they get hired? Who knows? But some people get in there somehow, and this person likes to play games. If this is a family or a relative, somebody here is stronger than the family because the family likes to play a lot of games. But somebody, the outlier of the family, doesn't do that, and they can see right through them. So that's great. Now we also have somebody here, Strength in the reverse, which is fearful or weak, right? Somebody here could see these people who play games as weak, and that usually is a sign of weakness. It's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of being egotistical. It's a sign of cheating, lying. It's unfortunate. So the first card out, we have the Eight of Wands. Somebody might get a message coming in real quick, real soon, right? Because somebody's been watching another person. We got the Page of Flamingos next. This is a Page of Swords. So somebody's been spying on somebody, whether or not they're going to receive a message, right? Because somebody here is definitely going to receive a message. And then from that message, we have the Fool, taking a leap of faith. Somebody finally seeing the truth or information about something after some sort of spying and deciding, I'm going to take a leap of faith in this situation. Maybe it was somebody who was playing games, or somebody was dealing with somebody who was playing games, but somebody realized that this is not a game, that this is serious, and it needs to be taken into consideration, right? We always see that kind of stuff going on. You know what I mean? The weird family members who are just not, they don't got it all together. Maybe one day they will, so you can't get too mad at them, but if they're toxic and playing games, the best thing to do for now would be step away from them, right? If you're dealing with friends or relationships and you see somebody's really not pulling their weight, or they're not treating you properly or whatever, best thing to do would be to get away from those people and, you know, not play their games anymore. If you're at work and you see somebody not doing their job, I mean, the best thing you can do is possibly just complain to a supervisor about it, right? Complain to somebody higher on the chain of command so they can evaluate this person to see how they're working and if they're doing the proper thing, right? There's so many things you can do. It just depends on the situation you're in. So the obstacle and advice here is, you know, we have the Lovers card, right? Now, it doesn't always necessarily mean like, I love you, be my everything. You know, it could be the love of family, the love of friend, or the love of romantic. So I'm feeling like advice here would be just stay your loving self, because it could be that whoever's playing games here wants you to get out of control, or wants you to become hateful or mean or nasty. Don't do it. Don't play into their games, because that's a tactic that people like to use to manipulate others. If this is an obstacle, somebody feels whether or not they can make this love relationship happen, right? Now, if you're dealing with someone playing games, do you really want that to happen? I wouldn't. That would mean that you would have to work harder to make this person stop playing their games. But the best thing is tough love, right? That's something my mom always used to tell me, you know, tough love. And tough love is separate yourself from them and let them figure it out themselves, right? Somebody might be worried that they have to do this on their own because they have no support or help from anyone. And if that's the case, well, then you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do, right? And in the end here, we're going to find out that somebody's going to be dropping these knives out their back. So during this whole entire situation, while this is going on, knives are being put into someone's back due to somebody playing games, somebody backstabbing an individual. But in the end, what do we have? Boom, those knives start falling out because somebody finds out about these lies and these deception and all kind of stuff, right? And you don't want to sit in the Ten of Swords energy upright, right? You want to be in the Ten of Swords energy reversed, to let those knives fall out, to figure things out for yourself, remove resentment and hate from your life, because the advice here is to stay that loving person and then move on with life. That's basically it, really. So I do have the Prestige Bicycle deck. Let's go ahead and find out what this this Eight of Wands is. Eight of Wands. Somebody receiving some sort of message. It's going to come in quick. It's going to come in quick. You might have to make a quick decision. It just depends, you know, and it could be any kind of message. It could be a phone call. It can be an email. It can be a text. However people, you know, communicate. But it's going to come in swift and it's going to come in quickly. One more card for this Eight of Wands. 2 so far. It's kind of like pulling teeth here. Gotta find that final card. Final card for this 8 of Wands. There it is. Oh, we got 2. This one's going to go back, and this one's going to stay up here. The one that's going to go back is the 10 of Cups. This also doubles as the Wheel of Fortune, and it's in the upright, so that's good news. So somebody here will receive some good news. Some news that reveals that we are on your side. We are on your team. You're getting whatever you wanted because the wheel is moving in your favor. Fantastic, right? And what signs are these? These are all the fixed signs. So fixed signs are what? Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think it is, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups. This could indicate law enforcement. It could indicate lawyers, the legal system, or something like that. But it also could represent moving forward on the Chariot. It also could indicate somebody has a lot of options here now. Okay, now that's in the upright. Now in the reverse, not so good, right? In the reverse, you don't have support of law enforcement. You don't have support of the legal system. You don't have very many options. There is no moving forward. So somebody here might be on the short end of the stick, right? Dealing with people who are not on their team. And that's a shame, especially if it is a legal system. But you can work your way around that by collaborating with others and figuring out how to fix a situation. We also have the 5 of Pentacles here, and the 5 of Pentacles is somebody feeling left out in the cold. And after this message, somebody might feel left out in the cold, depending on what the message is. The message is about somebody not trying to get away with something. So somebody might feel like, oh, they're just trying to get away with something. But in the reality, that's not true. What's true here is somebody is not deceptive, and they're not trying to get away with something. And they have this cup of love within them that, you know, catapults them forward to do whatever they're wanting to do. A new beginning, right? A new beginning, a new emotional beginning for somebody out there. So let's go ahead to this page of flamingos here, and this is about spying. They're spying on you. You know, why are they spying? Somebody is spying on you, right? Possibly trying to gather information, see what you got going on, something like that. People like to spy all the time. I do it myself. Well, I do it in regards of study. You know, I study things. I study how things are supposed to be and how they're supposed to go. You know, that could be, I guess, a form of spying. But it also could just be, I need to know how something works, and I need to be educated on it. So it's not it can't always be spying, but if it's something you haven't dealt with before and you have to study about it, then I don't know, it might be. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you feel like it. You don't have to. It's okay. But if you want, you can. Let me get one more final card for this page of flamingos. Somebody is spying here. We have a King of Swords reversed. Now, this person's not a nice person. This person does not follow the rules or the laws or anything like that. This person is mean, nasty, and they're not very intelligent. Right? This person is spying because they want to keep something going. They want to keep spying because they do not want something to end. So, and what they don't want to end is a backstabbing energy. So we do have an evil person right here who is spying on another individual who's, you know, fairly good, fairly nice, possibly feeling left out in the cold. This person could actually also be like an introvert, like to stay inside and keep their own peace and privacy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that person, we have somebody spying on them, somebody who's evil, they're not very smart, they like to argue and fight, and they do whatever they got going on that they're spying on this person for, they don't want it to end. They want to keep the backstabbing energy going. Okay? That's what they want to do. But unfortunately, for one person here, we got the Wheel of Fortune again in the upright. And that person is going to move forward on the Wheel of Fortune, while most likely this evil person right here will move backwards. right? If you're not doing anything nice for someone, you're never going to move forward on the Wheel of Fortune. If you are a nice person and you're just doing your own thing, of course, you will move forward on the Wheel of Fortune. So if you're not a believer in karma, I don't know what to tell you. We have the Fool card here. Find out what the Fool card is all about. This is a card of Aries, taking a leap of faith. Somebody might realize they want to take a leap of faith with something, right? Whatever you got going on. Let's see what we've got here. The Fool card. The Fool card represents the person who is successful here, which is most likely this person. This person who's spying, not very smart, not very intelligent, doesn't want this backstabbing to end. That person will definitely be on the negative end of the Wheel of Fortune. That's just how cause and effect works. So if this person is a single person, we're talking about somebody here who took a leap of faith. They're not heartbroken because they're not friends or allies or anything with this person. They don't really care, to be quite honest with you, especially if this person doesn't mind being left out in the cold. They love themselves, and they're not doing anything evil that this person might be claiming they're doing evil. So we have somebody here who's really not heartbroken about the situation. This person is single and abundant, and they can take care of themselves. Let's see what else we got. One more card. There it is. Okay, and if you are this person who's taken a leap of faith and you are dealing with something, it's not going to last forever, right? It's going to work out in your favor. This is why you get to take the leap of faith and move forward, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups here, she's the Empress. So it is actually looking like someone here is moving forward positively, right? And it could be after somebody was claiming that the Queen of Cups reverse is who she is. But unfortunately, she is not that. She is the Empress. She's single and abundant. She doesn't care. She's not heartbroken. And she knows that whatever's going on here, it's not going to be forever. So that's a positive way to look at things, especially if you have some kind of weirdo spying on you, you know. There's always going to be a weirdo out there spying or trying to gather information and try to backstab some individual because they're mad. But what can you do? Just keep living your life and doing what you got to do for yourself to move forward. We have the Lovers here. Now with the Lovers there, somebody here might actually have a crush on whoever they're spying on. But you're never going to get an Empress if you're this King of Swords in reverse, this person who's not very intelligent, angry individual. You'll never get the Empress, right? You could be also a person, because I like to match up any court cards that are in reverse as each other or friends. But we also could have a King of Pentacles here, not doing very well financially, not doing very well in the mental health section either. So this person could be like someone who's delirious or just somehow out of their mind, thinking that they could do something to an Empress, right? This person is backwards on the Wheel of Fortune. So all those Wheel of Fortunes that we saw in reverse will apply to this person or this person. Now, somebody might have some love for somebody here, but, you know, if you're a reversal, somebody who's not very smart, not very balanced or grounded, kind of a stingy person. Also, the King of Pentacles reverse is my Criminal King card. This is a person that does fraud, they lie, they cheat. They don't follow the law. This is who this King of Pentacles is. And this person is definitely headed towards some sort of Wheel of Fortune negative in the reverse. And that's pretty much bad karma. This has to do with a lot of karma right here. Somebody's going to receive bad karma. And then those knives are going to eventually fall out. But let's get a final card for this Lovers card. Somebody might feel love for somebody who doesn't really love them. Right? Okay, so we also have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This person could have been having problems sleeping or can't, you know, get it together, but it's in reverse. So somebody here is definitely not worried about a situation. Also, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Now, this card could represent soulmate energy. It could also be family. It could be your inner friend circle. But whoever we're talking about here, this is a negative aspect to whoever this is, right? So this person, they might come to you and try to act like they're everything to you, or they're your soulmate, or they're your best friend, or they're there to help you. But in actuality, they're not. They're there to manipulate you, probably get you to be angry or upset, or make you lose your control of your emotions or something. That's what this person wants to do. So try to watch out for people like that. We also have here the Fool card, right? Again, this is about taking a leap of faith. Now, I kind of feel like somebody might take that route and take a leap of faith, try to manipulate somebody and act like, oh, I love you. Or we have somebody here who's not going to take a leap of faith because they see that you are just a fooling around. You're not serious. You're a criminal. You make fraud, lie, cheat, steal, and all that, you know. And when you're dealing with an empress, she can usually tell that right off the bat by the way you act, your actions, and your progress in whatever you're doing. So she can tell. And I kind of feel like this this Fool in reverse is definitely this empress that we've seen earlier. So we have the Ten of Swords right here, but it's in reverse, and somebody's going to realize they got to start let these knives fall off their back because they realize whoever they're dealing with are backstabbers, basically. And you know that's the point where you got to get to, right? You want to get to the point where these knives are falling out, you know, and it could be because someone gets in trouble, somebody gets found out, the lies are exposed, or whatever, you know, whatever's going on. Somebody gets caught cheating. There's so many things that I can say, but you got to use your own imagination when it comes to these stories because they are general, right? They are general readings. Okay, that's a good last card to get. So we also have the Eight of Cups, and like I said, there was some secrets and illusions here. There it is. We have somebody here who is definitely trying to be sneaky, has some secrets and illusions, but this also card indicates somebody walking away. Now, somebody could be walking away because of those secrets and illusions, right? But in the reverse, the Eight of Cups is also the Moon in reverse, and that's telling me, and this is a card of Pisces, that's telling me that somebody here is wanting to come back, or those secrets and illusions have been revealed. Yeah. So I kind of feel like secrets and illusions have been revealed. Let's see. So somebody's going to let the knives fall out their back because they're going to find out that someone here has been lying. Ace of Swords in the reverse. This is someone lying. So somebody here was definitely lying on another person. They're going to release their defenses and they're going to let go of this burden because they're going to find out the truth. So somebody was lying on you, trying to say all kinds of stuff. And in the end, the truth is going to be found out. Why? Cause and effect. The truth always gets found out, right? And you can normally tell by people's actions, how they carry themselves, what they're doing, what they're talking about. And if they actually do the job right, right? Yeah, the truth will find its way in there some way or another, right? So that's what I see here. We have somebody who might receive a message because they've been spied on and watched, most likely. And somebody is willing to take a leap of faith with them because they see that somebody here is playing games. They're playing games, though, with a strong person. But this strong person already sees the secrets and illusions. So you can't really go against somebody like that, right? Somebody also trying to come in and act like they're best friend. I love you. You're my friend, or whatever. We're here on your team. But they're really not. So they're trying to manipulate this situation. And it's up to you to use your own discernment to figure that out because you know who you're dealing with, right? I don't know who you're dealing with. Only you know. And if you carry yourself the right way and you kind of evaluate stuff and step back and think and look over the whole situation as a whole, you will figure it out. Just don't make any hasty moves. Step back, think about it for a moment. Check out all avenues of whatever you're thinking about, and you will come up with an answer. I've also found that, walking in the park in silence, listening to nature, like things just pop into your head randomly. So that's where I do a lot of my best thinking, is when I'm out and about, when I'm out in nature, and it really does help. It helps me to clear my mind and to figure stuff out. So somebody might just need to do that. It will help. You're not going to find your answer here in these cards. You're going to find the answer within you, right? If you can get a moment of silence to yourself and to think about things logically, you know? So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. If it resonated, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Also, keep it true love energy. Happy, friendly, loving types. We have nothing to fear as long as we stay calm and cheerful. I'm Mona, it's Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.